was kind of finding its stride in doubles, where like every single tournament we would have everybody swapping their doubles partners. And they just kind of all play with each other. In South America, similar situation here. We've got Tiger and Keith going up against Yunpyo and Plum. Let's see how this plays out here. We've got the Tori and Ragnir. Oh, goodness, that's a terrible start for the red team. Unless the save comes through, and now it could go either way. No, he's still down.
Oh, this is so up close and so scrappy immediately. Not a great start coming out from Yoon. That being said, though, only one that was heavily damaged from the red side.
I mean, it was actually LePlum that was having the issue there, and you went in for the save, and so really, I feel like
it's a sacrificial play.
Yeah, and unfortunately, if the red team has to continue making those sacrificial plays, I feel like the blue team's just going to run away with the 3-0 lead here. But that ground pound, a weapon throw, nice dodge. Keith manages to make it back. And the friendly fire into the stuck recovery is not a great start here for the red team. Blue team so damaged, but not losing their stocks. That recovery comes through. That weapon throw catches the sword recovery. Great snipe.
Yeah, I really like the communication coming out from blue team. They're really good about coordinating across entire stage, being able to make sure, like, okay, there's always going to be some sort of impact and value that we can find. And we kind of alluded to this already. Red team being a little bit more up close, a little bit scrappier in these initial engagements. They're trying to isolate these 1v1s, but it's a little bit easier said than done. One, though, gonna try to help out, but oh no.
That's how you guarantee that your enemy team doesn't have any like knockout credit by the end. Right?
Yeah.
You know you're gonna win. You use the side stick to take them out when you have 200 damage. Look at that. The plug goes off the bottom of the stage, but again off the top on the other side for Yunpyo, and that's a 5-stock to 2 lead where the red team has yet to take a stock.
Yeah, Tiger hasn't gone down yet whatsoever. Has just been able to be this big staple.
It's
and they're
up
not
to
even
Keith.
playing for safety.
It's up to Keith to be able to keep the momentum going.
We
Plum
jinxed
gets
it.
the first stock. And
Faster
now team
curse.
combo. Oh, misses the Sair, but gets the gravity cancel neutral signature. Actually, good comeback potential coming up from the red team.
Yeah, just a matter about LePlum staying alive, trying to help out you as well. How do we say their name? Yunpyo?
I've been saying Yunpyo.
Yunpyo?
But like
that.
really? Until production yells at us,
I'm not
goes,
a linguist.
Right? You can say Ragnir.
Yunpyo? I like Yunpyo.
We got
we got the confirmation.
we got the go ahead to just really improvise. Oh, Keith off the top of the stage, and so after the opening here, where I think it was like a really unfortunate offstage interaction, I think the red team's actually come back really well, to the point where I'm like, even if they lose this game 1, momentum might actually go into their favor to go into games 2 and beyond.
I think the big question going into the second game is, are we going to see a stage change? And I think, again, with more up-close battles like this one, LePlum being now
Tiger.
the last one to fight, so 1v2.
You gotta stop going for that side stick. Something that's fun to talk about, actually. I have to remember if this is actually the case. Yeah, so Tiger's on the yellow card. And this is like pretty significant because nice side-by-sider. That's getting buffed next patch. Looking at you, Duke. Wait, where'd Duke go? Never mind.
He disappeared.
What was I trying to say? Oh, Ezio, Alucard, the epic crossover for the AC crossover. Rarely picked in like any region. This like weird sword orb character who I think has a pretty good stat line and really nice signatures. Falls into this weird Caspian territory where I feel like anybody who likes to play sword doesn't want orb because it kind of covers the same bases. So you have to be like really particularly into playing that character. And seeing Tiger take it into doubles is really fun because ever since Ezio came out, I've been waiting for somebody to main it. It's like when Rayman came out. It took 2 years for people to actually learn both gauntlets and axe.
Yeah, and I mean, recently I've been playing a lot of axe, and I gotta say, Rayman finds a lot of value in just catching people off guard.
Who inspired you?
Who inspired me?
To play the axe. Who was
Honestly, playing controller
inspired
me more.
You know, that's a good point, right? Like,
because I was a keyboard warrior since like this game came out, and then one day I was just like,
what controller though?
Xbox. No, I mean, look, okay, you want to go way far back, like the days of like 2017.
Not using
I
the
would
Logitech
swap a controller every week. Okay, let's try the GameCube controller, and this was before like native support came out either.
Right.
So like PS4 and stuff, you would have to use like these other programs and stuff. And it's like, oh, I don't think this is working. Up is down.
And so you're saying Xbox
right.
was the solution? Oh, nice downer there on this side. So I wonder how many of these Axe players here are actually playing on controller now, because we've got 3 on screen as Bryn takes down Yunpyo off the left side of the stage, and the blue team takes the lead once again. Although this time, Kag, a little bit closer for Gamers Favor.
Yeah, definitely a lot closer. I think for red team, they just need that warm-up period, that adjustment to kind of figure out how blue team wants to operate here. Because again, Tiger and Keith, they have been working together for so long. They already have a lot of their fundamentals down, and they know how they like to play. They have their palm situation as well. But for Plum and Yunpyo, it might be a little bit different. They've been playing for a long time, but already, whether it be communications or what, they're being divided out so much, Taza.
So I've got a question for you. Do you think that Keith's name being spelled with 2 E's makes it easier or harder to say the word Keith? Like looking at his name.
That's a good question. I don't know. Is it like Keithy then? I don't know.
Because Keith is spelled with an EI.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think about the double E and I go like, oh, does that make me want to say E too long? Like, you know?
Wait, where are you getting the double E from?
Because look on the screen. It's K-E-E.
What?
Yeah. I don't know why he does it. He spells his name Keith
Huh.
with 2 E's. It's crazy.
Interesting. Well,
I was just wondering if
the vowels will do that.
Anyways, back to this. Recovery hits. Oh, doesn't get the downer there. Sider on the side of the stage. We saw all those edge guards and singles last week. Oh, but they can't close up the stock here. Tiger goes down here. Yunpyo and Plum might just win game 2.
This is just Axe City right now. Rename Miami to that, because this is just controlling all the space you
Axe
possibly
City
can.
Dome. Is that what you're suggesting?
The
I
Axe
kind of
Dome.
like it, honestly.
Do you remember back when this stage was called Ice Cream?
Yes.
That's how I see it still. Little ice cream cone.
Look, they're making the comeback, though.
They
okay.
are.
Yunpyo, does he win this?
Well, I mean, if he gets the axe back, I want to say yes.
Okay.
Because
you could do like those. Whoa. Especially if you get friendly fire like that. Guitars with recovery could be good here. Oh, but he gets Pogoed out of the way. Okay, Keith. Not a great side air there. Whoa.
I mean, when we saw these two on Demon, we saw Plum find a lot of value in that 1v2 just by having blue team attack each other accidentally. And we see it again a little bit there with the weapon
Saying
throw.
it's an attack. Like he's positioning himself to get them to attack.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, he's out-positioning himself, too. Like, he just found a rogue Nair against Tiger. If he can find one recovery.
Oh! You got a recovery on both.
One recovery.
Yeah, that was like weird that it didn't knock out Keith there. Pivot sider and a weapon throw forces the dodge. D-like ground pound will just secure the win. That's it. Okay, that's the comeback to go into game number 3. Really well played there. And I mean, we were both waiting for that guitar recovery. I think what was really phenomenal about it was that it ended up hitting both.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that's just the raw strength of what Ragnar can bring out in 2v2s. Just being able to control that space and ensure, like, okay, I can manipulate how, whether I'm in a 1v2 or in a 2v2, how this enemy team is going to play. But I have a weird question for you.
Okay.
What
is it about? I'll find out why it's weird.
The nerdiest, most obscure stat you know about this game?
Stat?
Stat, fact,
Fact?
anything.
That's just too vague for me to answer.
Ooh, okay. What is, if I would ask you...
Can you help me, like, give me a category?
I got you. What is, like, if I asked you, like, okay, what's the most obscure fact you know about a legend in this game?
About a legend?
A one that would make me go, oh, God, what am I doing here? What would you say?
I don't think I've got one.
No?
No.
You have to think about it.
Yeah, I'm getting. Yeah.
He doesn't know anything about this game.
Once again, you're doing this. This is like a tough question that you're posing for me because I have nothing to latch onto. I have to go into the entire like pool of Brawlhalla into the lexicon and be like, well, what actually constitutes as weird here?
Ooh.
Like I could talk about how, like Thatch neutral sig and stuff like that. So you know about X pivoting with aerials?
Yeah.
There's certain signatures that you can X pivot, but like now it's a feature, but technically it was a bug.
Oh.
And that's kind of fun. So that's why, like, when you do like Barasa neutral sig and blasters, or you try to slide charge pivot Thatch signatures, they'll do like this weird thing where like he slides forward and slides back.
Yeah.
And we just like it now. Any fun facts about Fox Nair? Dr. Mario. You know what's actually funny? Okay, last. The funny thing about Nair is that Dr. Mario Nair in Melee, doesn't actually work the way that all the commentators meme it about because it actually just suddenly falls off. It doesn't like gradually. Like there's just a frame where it's stronger.
Okay.
Instead of weaker. And people usually think that it gets stronger the longer that it lasts, but actually it's just randomly stronger at one point.
See, I think my obscure fact like that would be that Game & Watch shield doesn't work. Like at all.
It does.
Not really.
Yes, it does.
It's too tiny.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's okay. We're going to game number 3 now. We're back to Demon again. This did work out well for Blue Team in the beginning. But again, like you said, it was a slow start for Yunpyo and Plum, but they were able to bring it back after that first initial stock loss.
It really just is RNG how we pronounce Yunpyo's name.
Yeah, just whatever comes to my brain.
I apologize, Yunpyo. You can tell us after the
Plum.
VOD. At me on Twitter. Give me the correct pronunciation afterwards. Look at that. puts out the coffin, which is too bad that he's not using Ezio, because one of my favorite things when the character came out was just watching Boomy's YouTube videos of him just screaming Cube every time that he used the N-Sig. And that's what I wish I could do on commentary, but everybody plays Alucard. I don't know. Okay. I mean, Alucard's pretty cool.
I like Alucard. Yeah.
Tiger does too.
You know who I've been really getting into recently that we haven't seen a lot in 2v2s, at least? Volkov.
Yeah, well, you do play Axe.
Well, yeah, because he's
You know who's getting buffed next match?
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
you check it out. Brawlhalla.com/balance preview.
Oh, I see what you did
Shot.
there.
Yeah, it just announced it today. Surprised me that Volkov. You know who was responsible for Volkov getting nerfed out of relevance?
You?
No, Sandstorm.
Oh.
That's very flattering of you to say that, but no. He
I just assume you're the mastermind behind all the stats.
He played Volkov in 2s and just spammed downsig at the edge of the stage with Scythe over and over again, and then the move got removed. He did the same
It's
thing
funny that you say that, because when I play Volkov, I think he's the most difficult character in the game for me to hit any sort of signatures with.
The uncharged side sig on Axe is going to get a little bit of a power boost.
Okay.
I like that variant. Anyways, Volkov, not on the screen right now.
No.
It's Tiger and Keith versus Yunpyo and Plum. And they're in the lead once again. So yeah, we both Axe move back recovery. Ground pound as well. Dude, Axe is just spinning around.
Yeah, I mean, Yunpyo has been largely, Caster's Curse, largely up until now uncontested, was mostly having Plum just be bait at the bottom of the stage. Near that blast zone, they were using the Axe, trying to bait out all of blue teams
It's
to
a
the
missed
right
opportunity to say uncontested. This is flying out. Yeah, I know. First
I'm
day out
jet
here.
lagged. I'm jet lagged.
Yeah, you
Thank you very
had
much.
quite the airport experience,
Wow.
actually, now that I think about it. But I had to call it out. I had to.
Fair.
It's the only one I'll do. Everything else, I trust you. All right, back to this.
I'm a little worried about Plum right now.
Yeah?
Because they're largely out of battle because they're waiting for Yunpyo to catch up in terms of just their stocks, right? And everybody else on the stage is so close to going down to 1.
Yeah.
But the longer you wait, besides Keith, the more damage is likely to be acclimated to Plum.
How did Tiger chase Yunpyo over there, and how did Yunpyo make it back? There's a deal outsider. Okay, yeah, the state of the game that you feared has come to reality, which is that Plum is like a hit away from going down and putting Yunpyo into that difficult 1v2 position once again. I mean, he's a stellar 1v2 player. Obviously, we saw him win the last game that way, but can't rely on that every single game.
No, but I mean, that has been the marking trait of this final stock for the last 2 games, where Yunpyo has been putting in those spots, and, well, now he's heavily damaged, but he's there again.
Yeah.
Big difference this time, though. Tiger still has 2 stocks.
He does, but Keith has 1, and he just got hit by a recovery twice in a row.
With Yunpyo having no weapon.
He makes it back.
No ledge presence up until now.
Oh,
Gravity Cancel Sig doesn't find anything, in the ground pound seemingly out of nowhere from
yeah.
Tiger was good.
I like that walk-up ground pound. I was kind of like, I was about to criticize that there wasn't an alley-oop after that strong hit, but he gets it done. Brings it to a match point here. I think we're going to go back to Axe City Dome.
I'm surprised Demon hasn't been banned out yet. And we're going back to Demon. See, if I was Red Team, I would have banned out Demon instantly, because well, we have a really small sample size.
Or where would you have liked to have gone?
Literally anywhere but Demon.
Gotcha.
You don't have any floating platforms. You
But
have a
in
long
the small
stage.
sample size, they have lost every game.
Exactly. Yeah, they've lost Demon every time. They've only won on Miami at all. So literally go to any other stage that's smaller than Demon, which is all of them. You would have a better chance of winning this.
Well, maybe LaPlum was thinking that he wants to go on Demon with this counter pick because he's playing the Val now, and we have lost 33% of axes on the screen going into game number 4 here.
I mean, I think this benefits a little bit more of the scrappier play that we're seeing from Red Team come out. The Katars will really only seeing that value at the end of each stock, whereas for the most part, Gauntlets, if you're baiting out Keith and Tiger to go off stage, the Gauntlets are going to find a lot more of that.
Yeah, assuming that you play it correctly, right? Like,
Yeah,
the
sure.
Nuxa comes through, impales LaPlum off the right side of the stage, makes a backsider, ends up hitting both his teammate and his opponent. Let's see if they can make it back, and Tiger opts to try to challenge him. Neutral Sig strong enough to knock out side air. Can he get the revenge knockout here? Keith trying, but not succeeding so far.
Keith is playing it slow, trying to avoid Plum. Weapon throw might just confirm that first stock, but no, just barely grabbing onto the small part of the ledge. Back on stage once more. Keith sent up into the air, and we say goodbye to Yunpyo's first stock.
Oh, dodged the
Oh,
up throw, though. Dodge is low.
Okay,
I'm surprised he was able to touch the wall there.
This is just a vortex of doom coming out from both teams. Like, you go into the middle, you are going straight to orange or red.
Yeah, but the problem is both teams aren't actually, like, closing out stocks. Like, Keith and Plum got there very quickly, but they spent a minute and a half on those first stocks. It's Tiger now that's the weak link here in game number 4. You'd think that the switch over to Val has been doing what it needed to do this game. I mean, so far, the healthiest on the screen. That's
yeah,
for sure.
I mean, I would say so, just in terms of being able to keep these stocks alive. I think in terms of ending stocks, maybe not as much, but we did get to see the Gauntlet ground pound come underway, so that did help confirm one.
And steer it.
What's up?
Gauntlet ground pound.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, but I mean, it found the value that you're looking for when you swap from a Ragnar over to a Val. But, I mean, in terms of everything being even, a good ground pound coming out from Tiger. It's going to
take the lead, right? And then another ground pound stops the Plum from touching the wall, and just like that, it's 4 stocks to 2.
Yeah.
That stock lead did not really matter if you're going down in light orange.
That's 2 now. 2 to 1 in terms of stocks now. Blue team's looking very dominant here. They're looking to move forwards in this bracket now. Yunpyo does have the spear, trying to at least try to find a follow-up anywhere at all, but unable to do so. Jumping around, trying to preserve these stocks. It's a very cautious game except for Plum. Good to take down Tiger, sending it now to a 2v1. It's Keith still being sent into the middle.
It was pretty impressive that Yunpyo was not able to hit any of those attacks. After getting hit by all those things, finally Keith goes off the top of the stage. Manages to make it back to center. And I thought they were going to play a weapon start game, and Keith and Plum just dancing around the top of the stage. But so far, it looks like Yunpyo is just going to be the first one that goes down. And then I don't know if I believe in the Plum's 1v2s as much as I do Yunpyo's.
I don't know. It's not the Ragnar anymore now, is it?
Yeah, it's default brain. Something to think about.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about here. The positioning, well, not so much now. That's Yunpyo gone, and Plum, same usual situation we've seen every other game so far in this set. But Plum's the last one left in a 1v2. It's better than last game, though, where we had Tiger still on 2 stocks. It's a little bit more viable.
Demon Island makes it really hard to hold the ledge, though, right?
Yeah.
And we're seeing the situation where that's the second time, actually. The Plum goes down, barely missing the ledge there, and that's going to be a 3-1 victory for Keith and Tiger. See, Keith spelled K-E-T-H.
Oh, you know what?
Blowing your minds.
I can't read that far.
Really?
No. We all have glasses on the desk today.
Are those just for show?
No. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No prescription.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to take a page
Do
out.
you have like different like lenses for the glasses?